Oh, turrets. Doesn't seem like they do a whole lot.
If we're gonna dance, let's dance. Here's trouble. Lou, we're not alone.
Hey, wait, don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. We don't know if we want him dead or not. I just kind of want to talk to this guy, but it seems like that's not going to be an option. Can we talk to you? You've got the waypoint. You're the guy we're looking for. What's going on here? Classic Bethesda. Why are we constantly fighting you? I don't know why this is happening. Why are we stuck in this loop? This is so fucking bugged. What? Let me Google. I'm gonna Google this. Oh, that's why the turrets were okay. That's why the turrets were being funky. He's in super aggro gotta kill you mode because I attacked the turrets. Oh, all the autosaves are after we already fucking nuked this quest by attacking a turret. So I wonder if that means I'm just gonna have to reload from... That's probably... Oh god, did I gotta fight those mirror lurks again? I don't want to do that. There's no other way around this? If anyone else runs into this issue, I was able to fix it by shooting him into a green state. Then, before he recovers, I ran a little distance and activated sneak. When he walked up to me, as long as I didn't move at all, he looked at me and started talking normal and let me move along with the quest. All right, let me see if that's the trick here. No, bad Virgil. Bad Virgil. You fucking dickhead. All right, well, it looks like I gotta redo a whole lot. Everything I did tonight, I have to redo. All because I shot a turret. What? How annoying. Like, there's no other... They didn't, like, think to, like, script some other way to move past this point in case someone accidentally, like, triggered a turret. God, that's so fucking annoying. I am beginning to hate Bethesda more and more. Let me load this exit save, because I have a feeling that if I exit it right then, it would save over my exit save, and then all my other previous saves would have been the only one, and I would have had to start the playthrough all over again. Like, that's a progression blocker. That's a progression blocker, Bethesda. That's a progression blocker. Like, you should not have that in your final game. Like, why is that there? What if I had exited and my exit save was overwritten by that bullshit state? I really would have had to start another playthrough just because of that? How annoying. The entire night is worthless now. I don't even want to play this game anymore. It's like you never played this evening. Yeah, exactly. It's like everything, all the frustration that I had fighting those goddamn mirror alert kings and shit, everything that I did traveling across that river and finding those abandoned warehouses and all of that, and fucking everything, all of that is just in the trash now because of a progression blocking bug that should have never made it to the final game. And this game has been out for fucking how long? 6 years? 7 years? Almost 10 years. I guess 9 years, right? 2015, 2024. Almost, like, about 9 years. 9 years. They had the audacity to drop this fucking next-gen update that broke all their fucking mods, but they couldn't fix a progression blocking bug in the main quest line. It's not like it's a progression blocker for, like, a particular side quest somewhere. Like Starfield. Like the Starfield bug that made me have to create a whole new character. This is in the main story. Bethesda really is a fucking trash-ass company. Adhere to quality. What the fuck is Todd Howard doing talking about we need to find a way to make games faster? Like, I think that's probably part of the problem. Make them more stable. Make them functional first. Then you could focus on actually making them good. Oh shit, you lost 2 hours? Oh fuck. Yeah, God, that sucks. I rarely play games because shit like this happens to me. I mean, this is why so many people, like, shit on AAA games now. Like, whatever I see a lot of videos in my YouTube algorithm that's like, you know, they're vaguely titled, you know, to be clickbait. It's like triple, or they don't even say triple, they say gaming sucks. Why gaming sucks now. And gaming doesn't suck now. Actually, gaming has never been better. There's never been a better time to play video games than right now, literally. You can just look at my Steam catalog, and this is just Steam. Like, I don't even touch the Epic Store or GOG or anything like that. But like, just my Steam catalog is riddled with just random games that I pick here and there and here and there and have incredible experiences with. I'm playing Eiyuden Chronicles right now. This is a great game. It's Suikoden 2.5, basically. Cthulhu's Reach, Devil's Reef. This is fun, even when they added that goddamn stamina mechanic. Dave the Diver. This is an incredible game. Like, rarely do you have a game that has this much charm and joy. And look as good as it does too, for its art style, not graphical fidelity, but for its art direction. Small Saga was incredible. I love this game. This was such a great game, visually, narratively, musically. Like, this was an awesome game, and I recommend it to everyone. Only 8.5 hours, but it was a hell of a lot of fun for 8.5 hours. Undisputed. It's great to have a boxing game again because EA's not making them anymore. And they were the only ones who ever made boxing games for a period of time. So it was great to have this come out. It's a lot of fun. Helldivers 2, I mean, I don't need to say anything more about that. You know, there's all sorts of great games. This demo was a lot of fun. It's hard as hell to control, but for someone that has more patience than me, they're going to be really into it. You know, and then there's like a whole litany of games that I haven't even really played yet. In addition to the ones that I have, like, never been a better time for gaming. But all of the angst that people have about gaming sucking right now is almost 100% focused on AAA gaming, AAA blockbuster games, because they come out in a shit state, they cost $70, all sorts of weird mechanics are involved that are almost designed to be caltrops on your path to happiness. Like, you know, for instance, Sony deciding you need to have a PSN account and shit like that. Just dumb stuff. Games that are always online, even though they're single-player games. Like, why do you need a single-player game like Avengers or something to be always online? Even if the game has an online component, does it have to be always online? Like, all of that sort of stupid shit, AAA gaming that just, you know, it's death by 1,000 cuts, but each cut is annoying. It's not like, you know, death by 1,000 small cuts that you can kind of ignore here and there, but then after a while it just grates on you. Each cut is annoying. Each cut spills blood. And it just piles up over time, especially like as they become more and more expensive. And then you hear stories about how poorly they treat their employees with all this crunch, and then like they fire everyone, lay off people, shut down studios after they have these games that are, you know, by any other metric successful. Hi-Fi Rush had 3 million people playing it at one point. Like, if that's a failure, then your business strategy is wrong. You know? So no, I understand exactly what people mean when they like rage against the quote unquote state of gaming, even though it's a little misguided. Gaming's never been better. Throughout the history of gaming, from the, you know, Atari up until basically maybe 10, 15 years ago, most games were shitty. Companies that made games like Eiyuden Chronicles or Dave the Diver or Small Saga or Undisputed, or even Helldivers to a certain degree, it was very hard for people, like for studios like that, to make games. You know, it was very hard for them to make games, and like the game engines you didn't have an Unreal Engine or Unity. You know, like you could use like the Quake engine, but then you'd have to do some weird licensing deal because it wasn't really, you know, game engines like that weren't uniquely created to be commercialized. So you had to have some semblance of tribal knowledge helping you out, or you had to have like some publisher had to help you get licensing to use those kind of engines. More often than not, people just develop their own game engines, and most people's game engines suck. And it takes a lot to build your own game engine. And then when you get it to a stable state, that's like 2 years of your development right there. So a lot of game development time back in the day was dedicated towards getting the engine okay. And then by that time, you know, publishers were like, we already put so much money into development, get your game out. So they rushed a game, and more often than not, that rushed game sucked. So most games you know, in the golden age of gaming, whenever people think that is. Most of those games sucked. They only think of the ones that managed to rise above the suckage and be decent. It's a minor miracle. I remember talking with Justin about this when he was recounting his story of working on Cypher Complex for Edge of Reality for Sega. He was like, it's a minor miracle any game is good to play. You know, when you work in the game industry and you see how the sausage is made and the level of indecisiveness and like the fire hydrant of terrible ideas and like just the mismanagement from up top, it is a minor miracle that there's any game out there that's actually worth playing. But we have a lot more of them nowadays than we did in days past, from, you know, developers of games like Dave the Diver, Cthulhu's Reach, or you know, Eiyuden Chronicles, or Undisputed, Small Saga, all this kind of stuff. But people still want this experience, the AAA blockbuster experience. They want to play a massive game that has a lot to offer visually, narratively, and all of that sort of stuff. And every time one of these fucking games come out, for starter, they want your fucking soul in order for you to play it. So you've got to sign away like your mortgage in order to have access to it. And then once you get into it, you know, you're just riddled with bugs and just shit, you know, mechanics that block you from being able to fully enjoy the game. I've heaped a lot of praise onto Cyberpunk because of 2.0 and Phantom Liberty and how amazing it is compared to what it was when it was first released. But they should never get they shouldn't get a free pass after that. Like it shouldn't have taken that. It should have been 2.0 right from the start. And I don't want to give CD Projekt Red the credit for pulling Cyberpunk out of the dumpster fire, because they're the ones that put it there to begin with and charge people a bunch of money. Like, I bought Cyberpunk when it first came out. I dropped, you know, 70, or was it 70 at the time? It must have been like 60 or something. But however much it was, I dropped it on launch day on the Xbox One. One of the worst, actually the worst version of that game at the worst time you can play it. So, you know, when people say they don't want to, you know, buy these games at launch, I don't believe them. You're gonna buy them at launch. It happened with Dragon's Dogma. You know, everybody bought Dragon's Dogma at launch too, and then everybody started getting pissed off at how shitty it was because of like optimization issues, and it always crash and froze and crash and whatnot. People need to, and I'm a part of the problem too, kinda, but people just need to get out of the habit of like buying games on release, especially from large publishers. Like, no more buying large publisher releases on day one. And I say this as I'm raging about Fallout 4, which is on day... Let me see if I can ask ChatGPT. How many days... See if we could do some calculations. Has it been since Fallout 4 was released? Okay, so it has been approximately 3,147 days according to ChatGPT. So we're not talking a day 1 release. We're talking a day 3,147 release. Which, and it still has like a progression blocking bug, so... Oh god, you had to go through that awful Kellogg memory thing, didn't you? God, that sucks. Luckily, I saved it. My save is right after that. My save is... So when I have to start this again... It'll be literally right after the Kellogg memory thing. Devin, I'm gonna complain about Fallout 4 again by showing you the site for Sim Settlements 2, the mod that's just how the damn settlement crap should have been in the first place. I haven't messed around with any of the settlement stuff in this game. Everybody says the same thing, which is like, we're just waiting for you to get through Fallout 4 so you can play Fallout 3 instead. What is
choice? Gunners are already pushing on Murkwater. And we have reports of squads slipping past Minutemen blockades. We need all the help we can get.
The models look different. Is this like a whole new game that they designed? The models look a little more iPhone-y than...
So...
No, I guess it's the same models. I guess it's the same... Maybe.
Hey, Chief.
They just have a little bit of like a Unity engine kind of look to it.
I don't want to talk about it.
If that makes sense.
Huh? First the Institute remnants and now the Brotherhood. I guess the Commonwealth just can't set aside its differences. Sorry to be the bearer of more bad news, but we got hostiles on the move.
Do you know where they're coming from?
No. But we know where they're going.
Move into position! Let's do it! Sorry, sir. We had to fall back. There's just too many.
You're coming with me.
Yes, sir. We're right behind you.
So what, is this like settlement defense? What am I watching here? I don't know. I mean, this is a cool cutscene, but it's not really telling me what exactly is going on in this. Oops. It's like... So what exactly is this? The last stand of the Commonwealth. Turn your settlements into outposts, recruit settlers and wastelanders into your army, train, and lead them into battle. I wish they had shown some of that in the trailer there. Jesus, they made custom cutscenes for this? Wait, what? I didn't see this trailer. This game has actual character development? Fuck, I might have to play Fallout 4 again. It's probably broken. that next gen update probably completely eradicated all hope for this to be a functioning thing. So I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about playing Fallout 4 again.